Hi, I'm Dwayne. I'm new in town, and I'm a beat poet.
And an actor.
And an actor, thank you. Busan Night Live, March 12th and 13th. Rosh will be there. Club Fabric, sorry, shameless self-promotion.
It's all good.
This is called Nuns. Nuns make $1 million, the product of outrageous acts. Free fall, leap with faith for the children, or jacuzzi in the prayer room. $5, a chance for a sister to go splat in the holiest way. You see, there is no God burning. Nuns, synchronized breastfeeding would bring miniseries and stuffed home animation. Nuns, habits with cleavage, increase donations. The money will flow where the eyes glow will be the new benediction. Nuns, you got us, rewind in puberty at the auto show. I'd like to mother some superior with the bishop's fence pole hat. That's what I'm thinking. That's it. These are really quick, folks. So I'm a beat poet, so if you want to go like this, feel free. Okay, the next one is called THC. You guys know what that is, yeah? And your English teachers, yeah? It is a many million compartment screen grid. It is disguised crystalline mustache. It has boxcars for all my separate identities and barbecue tools. It is the gas in the oven. It blows smoke that converts people to vice versa. And I am sitting on the first tuning fork of vibrating smoke. The thing you're after, all it says after, will be smiling now. I am standing where I can see my mistakes in order of height and popularity. I, who make mistakes on the internal chronometer. I, who wind the holy sundial. I, who will be the false prophet. I, who play music in false cathedrals. I, who shine daily, dropping cues in butter and garlic. I, who can bake dishes out of the universal sponge. I, who punt on 1st and 10. I, who perform concerts in strife. The key is inequality. I vomit. I stand up and dance. I am here. I am in charge of the crazed pitchfork. I am walking on the floor of the Sea of Galilee. I am breathing lots of laughing gas. Do you want me to be serious? Is there no serious? Is there no cereal left? Said the microphone to the briefcase. Is there nothing left sacred, 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 sacred alive? The back door is sacred. The middle of the road is sacred. The black seam is sacred. My place is secret. My left ball is sacred. The jackknife wagon and the lollipop sacred. Sacred Fat Tuesday. Sacred John Seagram's son. Sacred Blondell. Sacred Frida. Sacred Schwartz. Sacred Rick. Sacred Felix. Sacred Cloud. Sacred Bush. Sacred Bloody Bong Water. Sacred is the country whose chief lights port is lighthouses. Sacred gelatin cigarette. Sacred Molson bottle cap. Sacred shots of Crown Royal. Sacred broken probes to Mars. Sacred my mother at the racist reform school. Sacred the men who have fucked Allen Ginsberg. Sacred the tortured harpsichord. Sacred the dry run Armageddon. Sacred the leftover free bass thrash punk outfits of smashing bass guitars. Sacred the ungraded peppermint test papers of alcoholic filing cabinets. Sacred buffet-style restaurants feeding the non-smoking. Sacred birthing trial and error. Sacred the nest. Sacred the train station. Sacred the reunion of two-dimensional lovers. Sacred the blindness. Sacred the cellabarum to burn. Holy, holy, holy childhood crucifix I buried in the ground. Sacred repentance, salvation, faith, martyrdom, marriage, us. Sacred magazine rack of humanity. Sacred the supernatural process of my homosexual forefathers. Okay, I'm new to Busan, but I've been in Korea a long time. And a few years ago, I started writing down the errors that my students made in class. And I took them home, I edited them, and I reorganized them into poems. And I realized that my students didn't have broken English, that they were all just brilliant beat poets. So I started a new style of poetry. It's called the School of Error Correction Collectivism. And if this fits your paradigm, feel free to steal it from me. But I have a few that are really quick. I'm going to read them to you tonight. The first one is called, Have You Ever Been in Abroad? When I was in high school, student, travel is an important thing to refresh for human. So, she and I traveled a lot of cities together. It had a great balcony that could make us watch a great sunset. I want to go to Australia. Fantastic, beautiful. Capital is London. These are quick people. Do this.
Good.
Okay. Next one's called Gumio. Slimy, wet, grotesque. I hate a dish made of fish. Anger, bitterness, friend's story, a little strange. 1,000 wolves, I dreamt a nightmare. Eyes scratching my faces. Gumio, light up my house. Grease. You are grease, a frying pan, frying various vegetables. I regret not to learn by heart many words in my school life. It gave me much impression. He's been a good playmate. He even made the doll's clothes. Guide, fertilizer of a relationship. Do you mind if I ask how old your spouse is? Is that your best price? We're in the middle of a sale. Torn jeans. We have them in red, translucent. Have you learned about piano? It's not the meaning of AIDS. If the heart stops, it could be a problem. It's about small cars. It's called Tico Gremlin Pinto. I have lack of money. You borrow from me. I just wanted to check up on my daughter. Get out from under there, Mike. Can I meet him? Fabulous experiences. I have parents, husbands, and children's, trainings and equipments. I have much more cold blood. I have a beauty. I have a passion. The police are chasing her, a Martian in Taekwondo. I have a gentleman here, a Mr. Bruce, in a mountain. Your pronunciation is not good. On extended period was dead. The zoo has mostly monkeys from Japan. Any questions? Okay, another thing I do is I walk around town, doesn't matter which country I'm in, and I think about what is the most inappropriate thing I could do right now. This is a short poem about something I think in Korea. It's called The Perfect Gag. Take your transportation card, stick it down your pants. Now, get on the bus. Not funny? Imagine getting on the subway. That's it. That's all. That's it. Okay, one more last one, a little more serious. I had the opportunity to travel in the Middle East at the end of last year. Went to Jordan and Egypt. I lived there many years ago, and I was a little bit depressed about the changes I saw. It was kind of more conservative. But I went into the Egyptian Museum in Cairo, and they have it laid out in a chronological order, so this is my impression of it. It's called Moscow. 5,000 millennia, you rage, you invent civilization. Mostly tributes to yourself, I can see. Annual headdress gods, turpentine enema dog mummies, pretty boxes to store your dead in. Temples and triangles Europeans can't climb anymore, still confused. Sure, dilute, go commercial, sell out in the middle of the new and middle. Alexander and the Caesars come, but still you adjust, you incorporate, albeit hard to look at. Then the armies of Muhammad come. Since then, silence. Thank you very much.